2023 is going to be a very important year. It's going to be a year of ending and new beginnings. We are letting go of a huge cycle and starting a new era in human evolution. Join me and let's unpack what 2023 has for us. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Astrology Dome. My name is Galit, and today I'm going to unpack 2023 predictions. Let's see what it has in store for us. We've been through some roller coaster in the past 2-3 years, isn't it, with COVID and some unexpected financial turmoil and unexpected discoveries about ourselves and the world that we live in. Let's see how we keep evolving with that and what is the backdrop story, and then we'll break it down into its pieces and see how this big puzzle is relating to us personally. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I have prepared a mind map that is mapping 2023 astrologically wise, and what are the main transits. Obviously, there are many, many more transits on a daily basis. We're not going to talk about those. We're just going to talk about the main stories of 2023, the main messages, and how is it going to relate to our life as a collective and as individuals. So I don't know if you know what mind map is. If you don't, I highly recommend. It's a program, and you can create flowing mind maps such as this one. It can be saved as a PDF as well, which I'm going to post on my website, so you all can download this PDF with my predictions for 2023 for free. Just sign up for my newsletter at astrologydome.com and get your PDF so you can be in the know when those transits are happening. Okay, so let's start with the year, with 2023. I want to say something before we start with that. Every year, we have a big story, which is created by the slow-moving planets, especially Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus, but also Saturn and Jupiter. So those planets are giving us, Pluto is a generational planet, so it is giving us a generation overview of what is the message that's coming to the planet and what are we all working on as a collective. Obviously, it will transit somewhere in your chart, so you will get to have a personal experience in relation to the theme that Pluto is bringing to us as a collective. And this year, something amazing is happening all at once. 3 slow-moving planets are moving into a different sign. And the nodes are shifting signs, so the eclipses are shifting signs. That is a lot of major transformation, major change is coming. But with that major change, we're also getting a major ending of a certain era. Not just that, Pluto will enter Aquarius this year, ushering us into the age of Aquarius. Officially, finally, you've probably heard that the age of Aquarius is upon us and we're starting to feel it. Yes, we are in the seeds of the age of Aquarius, and every age, astrological wise, it takes 2,000 years. So we're moving from the age of Pisces, the age of victimhood, to the age of Aquarius, which is a much more enlightened age. So this is big. This is the biggest story that exists in the sky for all of us. And Pluto's transit is usually between 14, 16 to 20 years in each sign. So it's a big transit. That's why it's called generational transit. Neptune is still in Pisces for this year. Uranus still stays in Taurus, but Saturn is moving from Aquarius into Pisces. Totally different shift, totally different energy. And then Jupiter in the middle of the year will move from Aries into Taurus. So major shifts are upon us. Let me share my screen and we can delve into that. So 2023 is opening up with a Mercury retrograde. We're going to have 3 Mercury retrograde this year. The first one is going to take place at 24 degrees of Capricorn, all the way back to 8 degrees Capricorn. Pay attention to the 8 degrees Capricorn because we're going to end the year with Mercury retrograde at that degree as well. And it's amazing because this year is like a container. It feels like a container, starting with the Mercury retro in Capricorn and ending there. And so it is amazing to see how the skies work and how we get to have resolution in our career house, reputation house, where we get results and build security for ourselves. Capricorn is that sign that Pluto has been in since 2008. That's a long time. Pluto is running through the last degrees of Capricorn and entering Aquarius this year, which is a huge shift for all of us. We're moving from the age of top-down hierarchy, which is Capricorn, from control, which is Capricorn, from having things very set, very traditional, corporate-like thinking and government-like structures that are failing, and we can see them failing all over us. And this is what Pluto in Capricorn have brought to us, the awareness that the way we do structures need to change. We need to shift our way of controlling ourselves and ruling ourselves into a more equal ability to function as a community, rather than having the corporate structure where the top management decide on what's going on, or the top government decide on what will be going on. We, the people, will get a voice, a much greater voice through Pluto's transit in Aquarius. And this is where we're heading. The age of Aquarius is the age of equality, the age of understanding, the age of development, the age of technology, the age of new ideas coming to the planet. And you millennials are bringing that age loud and clear into online, into your environment, into writing, into creating new philosophies for our existence as human. But let's start with this Mercury retrograde. Wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, this is where it's going to be retrograde. So I wrote here that it's a good time to revisit and re-edit and review what it is that you want people to say about you. Look at what you posted last year. What kind of a year was it for you? What is the voice that you brought to the world? What was your message to the world? Is it a good message for you? Do you want to upgrade that message? Maybe take a deeper look and see what it is that you want to bring now. You know, we keep changing, we keep evolving. So where are you with what you present to the world as who you are right now, as your version of yourself right now? Then on March 7, 2023, Saturn is moving into Pisces. This is a huge shift for us. Saturn was in Aquarius for 2.5 years. It was in a square position with Uranus, which created a lot of havoc for us through all the pandemic. We have gotten some surprises and unexpected changes in the way we do work, in the way we do boundaries. We discovered that boundaries don't really exist, right? COVID didn't care about countries' boundaries or space boundaries or time boundaries. It taught us a lesson that there are no boundaries for us as humanity. We are all connected. This was the lesson of the pandemic, at least for me, to understand that we are shifting the way we perceive ourselves as human. No longer we believe that we are just one person and everybody is responsible just for themselves. We have social responsibility, because if we go out sick with COVID and we infect other people, this will ripple up to be a chain event of a world situation. And we've learned that very well. Maybe we can take that lesson and make it a positive lesson to understand that every action that we take will ripple out and will affect other people. This is social responsibility. We're learning this lesson. Hopefully we learn it in good ways. So Saturn will go into Pisces, then it will go retrograde back into Aquarius to finish some business, then going into Pisces all the way until 2026. Here are the dates. And Saturn is moving from air sign, right, Aquarius, into water sign. Saturn doesn't like water sign. It has no containment. It has no boundaries. However, Saturn is associated with endings, and that's only the move into Pisces only going to reaffirm the theme that 2023 is a year of ending. Saturn is finishing its round trip around the natural zodiac, started from Aries, going all the way. It takes Saturn about 28 to 30 years to do this round trip. So it is finishing that round trip around the sun, and it is ending a cycle. Now, all of you that have Saturn in Pisces in your natal chart are going to experience your Saturn return, your first Saturn return, or your second Saturn return, or your third Saturn return, depends on your age. So if you're between around 30, 28 to 30, it's your first one. Between 56 to 60, it's your second one. And between 85 to 90, it's your third one. What is a Saturn return? Saturn return is Saturn returning to its original position. I do have a video about that. I will link it down below. It's when Saturn returned to its natal position and asking you to take responsibility for that specific position. You came with Saturn in a specific place in your chart, and it is teaching you a lesson. So the first time it did the round trip, or the second time, it is coming back saying, I'm wiser, I have experienced much more. Let's see if you learned that lesson that is related to that house and whatever aspect Saturn is making in your personal chart. But for all of us, as a collective, this is signifying for us to be more compassionate, to cultivate faith, to solidify the messages that Neptune in Pisces have brought us. And Neptune in Pisces is so lucid, so untangible that we cannot harness that creativity sometimes. It is connecting us to our highest spirituality. But how do we solidify that into ourselves as being a part of ourselves, as being an understandable part, and into action? Because life, we create life through action. So Saturn in Pisces will help us solidify our emotions and give them names, meanings, understanding, our creativity, and our spirituality. We are experiencing a spiritual evolution and revolution through Neptune transit in Pisces, which is a 14-year transit. It's a big transit. It's a backstory as well. And Saturn will help us make sense out of that evolutionary step for us as humans, as a collective and as individuals. So wherever you have Pisces in your chart, you've been going through immense transformation with that Neptune, bringing you all kinds of messages and downloads and opening you into your spiritual self, connecting more with spirit. But now comes Saturn and saying, what are you going to do with it? Let's find some practical applications for you to channel all those messages and abilities that you just received through the last years, right? Many of you have experienced a spiritual revolution and evolution. So welcome, and let's do something with it. Let's ripple it out in practical ways and use it. We humans, we are changing and evolving right now and understanding more than ever before in history that we create our reality. And the way we create our reality is from the field, from the energetic field into matter. It's not the other way around. And Neptune in Pisces helped us understand that. But now let's develop practical ways that we can enhance that creation and manifestation ways and understand how to do it as a process, as something that is practical. And it's on us to bring those solutions to the world. And I believe that in the next 2-3 years, we'll see so many modalities and practical processes coming to the planet, showing us how we can create our reality from spirit, from the field into matter in practical ways. Saturn's lesson in 2023 is teaching you to trust your intuition and live in alignment with your intuition. We are developing our listening capability to our higher self, to our spirit. We are being guided. Did you notice how many people saying, I have been guided? What does it mean? It means that Neptune in Pisces gave you a message. But what are you going to do with that message? You're being guided to practically do something with it. And that's what Saturn is going to teach us. Saturn will organize the flow of energy, and it will help us create boundaries around the area of Pisces in our chart and bring it into more coherent ways of expression. Practice yoga, meditation, and spiritual gathering. Yes, we've started to do that, and I'm sure you are already involved. If you're watching this channel, you are on the spiritual path, probably. And so you are seeking like-minded community. And the more you connect with people that are like you and like-minded, the bigger your energy field becomes, and the easier it is for you to manifest whatever it is that you want. Saturn in Pisces will also help us get over addiction, phobias, irrational fears that Pisces is representing, and put some personal boundaries. We talked about the spiritual, and make it real, make it real. Then on March 23, Pluto is moving into Aquarius. That's the biggest story that we have happening in 2023, and maybe the biggest story for the next 20 years as Pluto is shifting signs. It will go back and forth. It will still go retrograde into Capricorn, finish some unfinished business, come back to Aquarius. But then by 2024, by November 19, 2024, Pluto will stay in Aquarius until March 8, 2043. That's a long time. That is a generation. So all the people that are going to be born from that date, from 2024 to 43, will have Pluto in Aquarius in their chart. This is a generation that is coming to the planet to do something different, to help us learn that humanity can collaborate socially in a different way. Pluto in Aquarius will bring us many, many possibilities. First of all, Aquarius is a revolutionary sign. It's a rebellious sign, and it will help us shape humanity in a different way. Aquarius is related to technology, and that's why we'll see more social media platforms coming to the surface and more social connectivity through technology. Technology will exponentially grow in many different fields. I will talk about them. It will also shake up the preconceived notions and beliefs that we have about society. We currently believe that society is made to live in nucleus families, right? We live in small families, and then we seek friends that we bring them to our tribes. We're going to change that. We realize that maybe the bees and ants model of collaboration is a good model for us as society as well. Maybe we shouldn't be separated in countries and regions, or maybe regions, but maybe we should create communities, alternative communities that are already coming to being. I see them all over, that are related to like-minded people that want to live in a sustainable way on Earth, of people that want to think in different philosophies, of people that want to gather because of a certain cause. We will create different kind of lifestyle as communities on this earth, no longer just a nucleus family, but we will see many alternative ways of existing as social creatures, and we are social creatures on this planet. So that's going to be very exciting. There is obviously, Pluto will bring the decentralization of existing power structures. That's why Pluto was cleaning up Capricorn structures. Those are the old traditional structures of government, of power structures on this planet. And Pluto was cleaning them in order to bring something new, something fresh, a new way for us to control in a good way, to bring order in a good way, for the greater good of all to this planet, new structures, new ways of doing corporations, and of even doing the monetary system. Aquarius is all about collective responsibility, helping us to be a part of a larger system. We talked about that. What are the possibilities? So 2023 is a transition time. We'll feel the tornado because it's just the seeds, right? It's a 20-something year transit. It's the seeds that are coming onto the planet. So nothing will be set in stone. We'll feel the change. We are not going to know what it is yet because we are responsible for this change. You are going to seed the seeds, so the next generation will use the platform that you are bringing into this earth right now. You and me and everybody else, we have a responsibility to bring the new message. So whatever radical new ideas you have, explore them. They're viable. They can change the world. Go for it. You are here with the capabilities, with the abilities, with the ideas, with the philosophies, with the talents to do that. That's why you came here, especially you guys with Pluto in Scorpio that came to heal a lot of trauma that we were healing all last year and the last 2 years through the Scorpio Taurus axis with all those eclipses and the North Node and the South Node moving through there. You guys with Pluto and Scorpio came to heal that trauma so we as humanity can build a new platform, a new matrix, a new evolutionary state as humans. So Pluto is moving from Earth into air, major change in energy from control into expansion. It's going to be expanding even faster than we just now experiencing it. Can you imagine? There will be more exploration in putting people in space. We can already see the seeds happening. So let's talk about what Aquarius is ruling: technology, space exploration, vibrational frequency, and energy healing. We started seeing it already. We started talking in frequency terms, and this is only going to grow because we are moving from a very invasive way of doing medicine and treatment for the body, this body machine, beautiful biological machine that we live in. We understand that we can affect it with waves, with light, and that is vibrational healing modalities. They're coming onto the surface already. But you guys, if you're into that area in life, please develop it more. It's coming. Social media and platforms, more ways to connect with people, mass communication devices, who knows what inventions can be out there in 20 years, AI applications. Obviously, you know, they're predicting that the point of singularity will be in 2029. I'm not sure about that we are so close, but maybe very soon we'll get an opportunity to speak with an AI and not realize that it's an AI. It will be that close to a human. Alternative communities living, flying vehicles, exploration of consciousness through technology. And I may add plants, because we are seeing the revolution of plant medicine coming into the surface already, giving us the ability to explore consciousness in altered states, making us realize, why is it happening? Because we realize that our state of consciousness at the moment is just a part of our consciousness, as we belong to the field, right? We are part of that amazing unlimited field out there. You can call it God, the universe, whatever your words are for it. We realize that if we open more doors in the way we perceive ourselves and consciousness, we can bring in many more capabilities and abilities and experiences. So we are experimenting with that as well. So this is Pluto in Aquarius. We're just starting this transition. It is super exciting, and it's on you and me and everybody to participate and bring our uniqueness and our ability and gifts to the world so we can expand that consciousness revolution and evolution. In 2023, Neptune will cover the 22nd degree until 27 degrees of Pisces. It still is in Pisces, still helping us download all those unbounded messages, spiritual connections and abilities, expanding our consciousness to think and be whoever we are on a grander scale. It is the spiritual evolution of us. It's spiritual growth. And so continue your spiritual practice, whatever it is, expand on that. We become less judgmental. We're more accepting. You see how that works very well with the fact, why do we see all this uprising to give rights to minority groups, to give right to individuals that are different, to stop judging people by age, race, color, whatever it is? We're moving into the age of equality, which is Aquarius. But Neptune in Pisces is dissolving those preconceived ideas that we had about the world and making us more grateful, more compassionate, more loving, and more accepting. So the area in your chart that you have Neptune is that area where all this transformation is happening, is that area where you bring your messages of love, unconditional love, into the planet. Where is it for you? In 2023, Uranus is still in Taurus, not moving from that sign. It actually is changing all our monetary system, the way we do money. We can all see the results of Uranus in Taurus through the last 2 years. It is, or the last 4 years. It has given us a crazy up real estate market, then crazy down, up and down in the stock market. Crypto came to the forefront. Even the banks have adopted crypto. Now there is a fluctuation in finance, in the finance world, and crypto. We're not sure if they're here to stay or not. In any event, we are trying alternative, decentralized ways to do money. And what is money? Let's unpack that, because this is what Uranus in Taurus is showing us. Money is resource. Money is a payoff for energy that you gave out. You created some sort of energy, you worked for it, and you're getting paid by money. But is it the only system of exchange? Because money is an exchange, right? An exchange of energy. Is it the only system that we can use as exchange of energy? Maybe not. Maybe we'll come up with other solutions. We don't know yet, but Uranus in Taurus is showing us the flaws of our monetary system and is asking us to think outside the box and come up with different solutions. It is asking us to look at the sustainability of how we do food. Are we sustainably growing plants on the planet so we can eat them? Are we using chemicals? Maybe we're destroying the resources of natural living. How do we grow our meat? You know, there are all kinds of new ways to grow meat in a petri dish in a lab. No longer it is a necessity to kill animals. How are we feeling about that? We are trying to find solutions that are more sustainable, better for us, more organic, more natural. We are looking into new solutions. They're already here. The seeds are here. I see them all around. I see people growing greens in high rises on walls, right? This is a new invention. Instead of using the fields, abusing the land, we are going into solar solutions instead of fossil fuel. We're trying all kinds of new ways to sustain ourselves. And we realize that the land, Gaia, it has finite resources. So what new inventions are we going to see in that way? Mars moves into Cancer on March 25th. We're happy. We've had 7 months of Mars in Gemini. It was a restless energy, but it was necessary to show us how we take action. Now moving into Cancer, Mars is going to take care of our security system and how we do family, still relating to our family structure and what do we need to be secure. Now, in 2023, the nodes and the eclipses are moving signs. They'll stay for 18 months in an axis. So in the last 18 months, we experienced the Taurus and Scorpio axis, which was all about what is mine, Taurus, and what is yours, Scorpio. It was about healing our trauma, South Node in Scorpio. So many of us were doing trauma healing, and that was a good time to let go. The eclipses were also in that axis. It was an excellent time to learn how to let go and heal those patterns that we brought from childhood, from our parents' trauma, from generational trauma. We have inherited so much trauma through our DNA. An obstacle for us in expanding who we are and in creating the life that we want. So we've been dealing with that trauma healing for quite a long time, realizing that some processes, some limiting beliefs were not right for us. And we don't have to be bound by them. We can change them and instill better beliefs, more positive beliefs in ourselves, and create better processes of reacting and acting in the world in order to become more peaceful people and create a better life. So now in 2023, the eclipses and the nodes are moving from the axis of Taurus, Scorpio into the axis of Aries, Libra. This is the axis of relatedness. Now that we healed our trauma, we can create a new identity. That's the Aries part, where the node is going to, and heal some relationship patterns. That is the South Node in Libra. And the eclipses will move into that axis, helping us put more emphasis on those patterns. So we have to take steps towards self-mastery and self-empowerment. We're learning the Aries part of our chart. We're learning to be independent. We are learning courage, because it takes courage to be who we are. First of all, it takes courage to discover who we are. It's a journey. We will discover more of who we are. We will become more independent, and we will develop more courage. So who is your authentic self? Who are you? This is the question for the next 18 months. Who are you? How do you define yourself? How do you create that pattern, that matrix that you can step into, wear that new you, and become who you want to be in a greater way? Mercury retrograde number 2 will take place on April 21 at 15 degrees Taurus. Now, this one is important because it is very close to Uranus. Uranus will be around 15 degrees Taurus at that time. So this will bring kind of a rocky ride for that Mercury retrograde. However, it is probably necessary for us to learn to be more flexible in the Taurus area of our life, or maybe to realize something and review and redo some part of that Taurus house that is going through immense transformation with Uranus in Taurus, and it will bring kind of wrap up to those transformations that we were experiencing in that house. Also, Mercury will go direct at 5 degrees Taurus near the North Node at the time. The North Node is always where we're going as a collective and as individuals. So Mercury will show us that way, 5 degrees Taurus, 5 degrees fixed signs. If you have it somewhere around between 2 to 8 degrees fixed signs, you guys are going to be more affected by that, saying, take a look, take a deeper look at those particular houses and planets. A lunar eclipse in Scorpio. This is the last eclipse in the Scorpio-Taurus axis that we were experiencing. So it's going to take place on May 5th. As I said before, Scorpio is all about healing our trauma, and that lunar eclipse, we can see something better. We will realize where we're coming from, how much emotional trauma we have discarded, let it go, how much we've healed, and maybe there will be kind of a remnants of something that needs to be dealt with. It's not going to be a new thing. It's something that we've been dealing with. Maybe this particular eclipse will bring a closure. Jupiter moves into Taurus on May 16. That's a big one. Again, this is a whole story. Jupiter spends 1 year in each sign, so it will speed up through Aries in the first 6 months of 2023, and giving us all the confidence that we need in Aries, right? Hey, we become our authentic self, and then move into Taurus. Now, Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, and Taurus is all about finance. So it's time to make money. It's time to expand our financial wealth and security. It's time to build personal worth. So on the one hand, we need a strong self-identity, a strong self-worth in order to make money. On the other hand, we do need to put the time and the effort towards working and putting the energy out there so we can reap the rewards. Jupiter meets the North Node on June 1st, and this is an important day. Mark it up, put it on your calendar, put it on your phone, pay attention. This is a good day to put your intentions out there, write them down, do a meditation, connect with the universe, ask for whatever you want. Ask, and you shall be given. The more you ask and the more consistent you are, the more you know your goal, the more clear you are, the better you manifest this life. And Jupiter with the North Node is saying, this is a window of opportunity. Take that window. Astrology is an amazing tool for windows of opportunity, for giving us the timing. You know, we saw the seeds, not in winter, but in spring, because the spring is the right time for the seed to have the best success to become a tree. So when are you going to sow your seeds? At the right time. This is one of those days when Jupiter meets the North Node on June 1st, 2023. Now, we talked about the nodes moving from Taurus, Scorpio into Aries, Libra on July 17, 2023. We are letting go of codependency, indecisiveness, and one-to-one relationship issues, and learning to trust ourselves, learning to lead without fear. The South Node is our memories. This is where the Libra part of our chart is. Maybe, perhaps, people from your past are going to come back. So you can either have a closure with them and clear it up so you don't have to repeat that situation with them in many other lifetimes, or come again for the same lesson. We don't want to do that. We want to progress. So close those issues, or maybe people from the past will come with the love proposition so you can connect in different, healthier ways this time around. Who knows? Let's pay attention to that for the next year and a half, where the nodes are in Libra Aries axis. We have a major retrograde on July 23. Venus is going retrograde. Venus is the planet of love, relatedness, and belonging. She wants to be together. And especially in Leo, she wants to be very demonstrative of her love and connection. She's flamboyant in Leo. She loves creativity. She loves to be with who she loves. So What makes you feel love? What do you need to feel love? How can you give love? How do you usually give love? What do your partners say about you in love? And how can you connect with your creativity and with your loving part of yourself? And if you have children, with your children. So this is an interesting transit. We will talk about it when it will be there. Then in October, we have a solar eclipse in Libra. This is the first solar eclipse in Libra in that tandem Libra-Aries axis. We are getting energized on the South Node eclipse, right? So we can re-examine how we relate to the world. And Mercury is also there at that time of the eclipse. So we start getting the understanding that we need to verbalize our relatedness. We need to create more harmonious Libra communication, Mercury, if we want to have better relationship with ourselves and with the people around us. Relationship is a huge part of our life. And most of us really want to be in a good relationship, because you know what they say, that a relationship will be responsible for 80% of your happiness. Now, I don't know if that is true or not. I definitely can tell you from my experience that being in a bad relationship, which I was for many years, was really making me miserable, versus being in a good relationship where I am right now, making me the best version of myself. But I had to learn how to communicate and how to bring more peace to the relationship I have with myself, so I can be in more peace and loving space with others. So this is what we're learning. That is that axis. Then on October 28th, we're going to have a lunar eclipse in Taurus. Lunar eclipse is all about seeing something. There is more light. So Taurus, again, is what is our financial security, what is our sustainability, and what is really important. It's about values. What do you believe that is important for you? And we are learning that if we create a strong self-worth, life will kind of unfold beautifully and the puzzle pieces will come into place. We're also learning that simple is better. Simplify your life. The last Mercury of the year is going to take place on December 13 until January 2nd, 2024, turning retrograde at 8 degrees Capricorn. Remember the first Mercury of the year? Turning direct at 8 degrees Capricorn. So it's like a container. 2023 is like a container, starting with 8 degree Capricorn, ending with 8 degree Capricorn. Capricorn is about structure. So let's create a structure. 8 is a powerful degree, right? It is about change, but it is about power. Let's create a structure this year that we can work within that limitation, within that boundaries, to create a powerful matrix for us to move forward, for us to manifest what it is that we want to manifest with practical results. Capricorn is about showing results. So the year 2023 contains a window of opportunity from January 22nd until April 21st, where all the planets are in direct motion. You know that period of time sometimes that we get where everything is in direct motion? This is a green light from the universe. Take advantage of that time. Move forward. Do something. Be out there. We have times where all the planets are retrogrades, or at least most of them. This is a time of preparation. We prepare. But when the planets are direct, we can step out there and show the world what it is and interact with the world. We'll get better results. Don't procrastinate. Don't be lazy. Work hard. Get good results. Remember, 2023 is a year to complete projects so you can step up to the new era, to the age of Aquarius. Quite a big year, isn't it? 2023 is bringing us completion of the old version of ourselves, a lot of letting go. That's it. We will remember the years before 2023 as a long time ago, as in the past, versus the years after 2023 will allow us a whole new platform, a whole new evolutionary state for ourselves to become that greater self that we know that we are, that connection to spirit, to our soul, to the mission, to the purpose of why we came here now to this planet at this particular time. Why are we here? What are we doing here? What is our message? What did we come here to do? So 2023 will be a good year for us to realize that and take action, not just think about it, but really take action. If you like this video, please give me a like, please comment, please share it. That's the way I can grow my channel. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate you watching, each and every one of you. If you want my 2023 prediction PDF, you can download it for free from my website, Astrology Dome. There is a link in the menu bar. Please go there and download that. And as always, please take care of yourself and become the best version of yourself today and every day. I will see you next time.